Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Tonight, we'll be joining Michaela and Einsam on a hike through the Lachyrmose Blood Forest, a hidden location in northwestern Massachusetts that is notorious in the magical sector for its use as a body farm by necromancers that want to advance their knowledge in the dark arts. At the end of the previous level, Michaela and Einsam have decided to walk into the forest to take a path they hope is less perilous, but even that is not a guarantee in a place where bones litter the ground and dark creatures can blend in with their surroundings. Let's find that answer together. Alright, we're back in the Haunted Mansion. Starting with this version, Einsam follows Michaela around. It's nice to have a friend. Can't go out this door. And the pedestal where the level select book is moved outside. Looks like I can go through that door. The upstairs door is locked, but starting in the next version, it will lead to some kind of bar run by a vampire. Don't worry, Michaela doesn't drink. She prefers parsley soda. What are they talking about? They let her get away with snogging a student at her own school. Let that sink in. That was a teacher. And because she's a woman too. What is this world coming to? It used to be practical to hold monsters accountable for their atrocities, but because of virtue signaling from journalists and admirers in the community, it's goddamn impossible. Now that poor kid is never going to trust a seemingly nice lady in a plaid skirt again. It's preposterous that it has happened in our little district. It goes to show you that it can happen anywhere. Truer words have never been spoken. The better question is, what are they doing in the Linehead Mansion after midnight? Did they just get here like Michaela had? It is quite unusual for this hotel to receive visitors after midnight. So the fact it attracted a bit of attention is kind of jarring to Michaela. Oh, here's the book. And now on to chapter 3. Look what a nice job Chronix did with the skull and the flowers. The hyacinth. They're beautiful. He's amazing, and so is that background. Oh yeah, Einsam could use Michaela's arrowhead knife. She lent that to him. Can't forget that bloodstone. It's a little comforting to know that the monsters in this forest aren't bad. But the obstacles are. Man, these spikes are painful. Must have spoken too soon. Okay, hope it doesn't hurt. Phew. Takes a bit of work to get up there, and it's gonna create more work for me because I make my games hard like that. I used to play I Wanna Be the Guy when I went to ID Tech Camp in 2011. Can you really blame me? But I was most obsessed with making a village in a Neverwinter Nights tool set. Good times. What are three students doing out here in the middle of the woods? Kinda reminds me of Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, there is a giant spider coming down that tree. This isn't good. On the bright side, the text is now easier to read, so I can understand that I am less stuttered when I read it. Hello, am I interrupting something? We're doing our homework, ma'am. Who are you and why are you talking to us? You must get out. You're not welcome in this forest. You didn't say anything that I wasn't aware of already. I'm taking a shortcut to escape, unlike you. You've been in this exact spot for some time. We're trying to catch a life-size spider to extract its venom to bring to our class next morning. That's reassuring. Why are you discussing our homework with a stranger? She could be a nosy mortal seeking to expose us. Makusa's not gonna like that. She just wants peace of mind that we're not lost. What kind of demented instructor would send their pupils to lauder in death traps? She'd like to have a word with the professors in Hogwarts Legacy in that case. Your assignment seems like a dangerous undertaking for 3 students at your grade level, but if you feel it must be done, is it okay if I keep watch for danger? You must be mad for volunteering to babysit us. The animals in the woods eat mortals like you for supper. Miss Michaela, you don't have to do this. Yes, I do. These kids are not safe in this forest, and I can't let anything happen to them. That's kind of her. You misunderstood me. It's not needed because the danger is here. Look! He and Michaela turn around to see a menacing spider double their height perched to the ground from a tree and slowly approach the 3 students. That was the spider in that earlier scene. They all screamed and tried to run, but the spider shot a sticky cobweb sphere at them, catching all 3 of them at one time. Michaela drew a sword and sprints toward the students, but the spider scooped them in its chalice and climbed back up the tree. I think it might be its mouth. Michaela chases the spider, but stops when she sees it disappear into the web and leaf-covered branches. I almost said leaf-colored, and I almost asked myself, okay, what color would the leaves be? But I digress. She angrily jumps in a vain attempt to reach the closest one. That was me playing Super Mario 64 a few hours ago. And just like that, the students are gone. And Michaela's disgruntled and Einsam's shocked. Poor little guy. What the fuck was that? A predator caught its prey. It's in its nature. It's not in my nature to do nothing. I'm going up there to tear off its legs and kill it. We need to find a way to climb the treetops first. A ladder, some kind of rope, or bear claws could work. Some monster with a craving for human flesh might have all of the above. It could be hiding in the leaf piles. Stay close to me and let's have a look. As we've seen for ourselves, it's dangerous to do nothing in a place where the weak don't survive. She knows what she's doing. And frankly, it doesn't make Einsam feel any safer. Oh yeah, skeleton hand coming out of the ground is a perfectly normal thing to see in a hike in this forest. What good fortune! It'll come in handy. A bloodstone dagger should be reassuring, just in case she needs an extra weapon. Dang it, Einsam can't get up there. He'll catch up to her. He's a smart guy. Uh-oh, necromancer ahead. Proceed with caution. And he's gone. But don't worry, he'll be fine. That didn't work. What good fortune! It'll come in handy. Never hurts to have two daggers. Just in case she loses the other one. Parts of the Lachyrmose Blood Forest are inspired by Sally Mann, a photographer that used to visit body farms. Some of her photos were terrifying to look at, but also a bit intriguing, because to this day I still wasn't sure why she paid visits to body farms to take pictures of cadavers laying on the ground. Maybe she's trying to find beauty in death? It's very perplexing to think about. Just like how perplexing it is for me to get past this part. How did Einsam get all the way down there? That was clumsy. Three's better than two, am I right? I have yet to find a way to implement a co-op mode in this game. The only feature I implemented that came close to it was having a second player attack for the follower character. In this case, that would be Einsam. Alright, make yourself useful. Dang it! So close. I did not need to know what would happen if that skeleton had grabbed someone. But at least Michaela escaped its grasp before it dragged her into the ground. Which implies there's a giant skeleton underneath that dirt. Which is not good at all. And just like that, Einsam's gone. Well, the thing is, Michaela's not too bothered by it because part of her knows Einsam's going to catch up to her. Just like that. This is more encouraging. Two gems in one area? It's my lucky day. Okay, so much for getting ahead. Told you this forest is not a safe place to hike in. Does she have enough room for 5 daggers? Hope so. Okay, here goes. Made the mistake of jumping. And I did it again. Of course. How many daggers can Michaela hold? She's certainly not going to be able to carry them all. Unless the size of her bag is bigger than than the outside. Hermione carried a similar bag in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Someone like Michaela could benefit from a bag like that. She still needs to keep going. Spending the night in this forest is out of question. Most people that camp out in here often die before dawn. Hard to believe she survived that. How sweet, she waited for Einsam to come. And he grabbed a bloodstone for her too. That was kind of him. That's not good. Skeletons are relentless. Michaela's being courteous again. Quickly. Let's hope it stays that way. Go again. Stuck in the same old spot. Where Michaela and Einsam are probably going to spend the night at their own risk. That's unfortunate. Oh, now Einsam's stuck. Maybe his hoodie got stuck on a branch. Or on a web. Well, spider webs break easily. He'll probably be fine. Oh, no you don't. There's a midway point right... There's a midway point right above me. But Michaela can't reach. That was just lucky. Believe it or not. It's a good thing, too. Otherwise, Michaela and Einsam would have to start all the way back to where the students were taken hostage by the giant spider. Talk about bad luck. Sometimes the sky looks like that when dawn is coming, or if it's a full moon. The color is a little deceptive. There used to be a road that passes through the Lachyrmose Blood Forest. But, as you probably could have guessed, nobody goes by that way anymore. I thought you said we wouldn't be hiking near a road. This road hasn't been touched for decades. We may have strayed too far. This road hasn't been touched for decades. We may have strayed too far. Isn't that good, though? My father and his goons can't find us. How would I know? A bone-littered forest in the witching hour is the kind of terrain they'd hide in. A bone-littered forest in the witching hour is the kind of terrain they'd hide in. So I'm guessing Einsam's father is a necromancer. Wild guess. It's perfect for a hooded man and predatory crates to stalk the younglings. So, I'd better be prepared to crack some skulls open. Then I don't think we can rest for a moment. That skeleton looked like it was murdered. I always wondered where Samuel went off to. This hatchet looks like it was his, but if I'm right, his way of warning me to watch my... I always wondered where Samuel went off to. This hatchet looks like it was his, but if I'm right, it's his way of warning me to watch my back and keep you safe. You already do that for me, Miss Michaela. Just don't let me out of your sight, okay? Okie dokie. And she takes the hatchet as a weapon of her own. R.I.P. Samuel. She knew him well. It looks like some kind of seance circle. Goodness. This can't be good. Miss Michaela, is there something wrong? It looks like we stumbled across a seance circle. That's what I said, because there was a pentagram on that rock in the center. I've never seen this gathering place before my eyes. There's nobody here, but we're not safe. The witches can't have gone home. They don't sleep. They wouldn't have left entirely. This forest is their home. The shrouded men might have been sharing it with them. Bumping into them is the least of our obstacles. I'm ready to go. I'd feel safer taking shelter in a lone cabin than in front of a gathering place for witches, or anywhere in the forest for that matter. Michaela sees a herd of deer walking toward the area. That's curious. I don't see any witches, just some deer grazing. But why aren't they startled by us? Shouldn't they be running away if we make a sound? I'm unsure. We just might not be a threat to them. We've stuck around long enough. I'm out of here. I'm coming. A buck approaches him and leans his head against his neck. Hey, you're being a little weird. Step back. Oh god, that's disgusting. Oh my god! Stop! Ow! He quivers as the buck nibbles on his neck. Is he trying to eat him? His intentions can't be good. The buck lifts his neck softly, causing Michaela to The buck licks his neck softly. Sorry, getting a little tired, so I'm not reading the words quite right. But the sans serif font is making reading the dialogue easier. The buck licks his neck softly, causing Michaela to impulsively stab it in the forehead. The buck screams and drops to the ground. I think I got it that time. The buck licks his neck softly, causing Michaela to impulsively stab it in the forehead. The buck screams and drops to the ground. Good for Michaela. Call it what you want, but Michaela acted immediately and saved Einsam's life. Why did that damn creature do that to me? Those deer are the witches you are frightened of. They're here for you, and they'll have you for supper over my leaf-covered skeleton. She points her knife at another buck approaching Einsam. The other deer begin to sniff the ground and walk toward the duo. Get your eyes off that boy, or you'll join your friend. You're a step closer to him for becoming Karen. Einsam's definitely lucky to have someone like Michaela looking out for him. I don't understand why these deer are interested in me, but they can't be friendly. Get rid of them fast. Michaela's not quite the person you'd imagine to be a mother, but she is protective toward Einsam, and so if a person or an animal lays a finger on him, then they get stabbed in the forehead or cut to pieces. No way a deer is gonna gore Michaela to death. What can I say? Her uncle and her nephew are both Navy SEALs, so she's bound to know a lot about hunting and knowing when an enemy strikes. More deer are coming! Get rid of them, quickly! Notice how one deer disappears whenever one is defeated. If Michaela's lucky, she'll be able to fend them off entirely. The vultures and wolves are probably going to be eating well tonight. Still one more. Oh no, that deer is a skinwalker! That monster! It's preparing a spell! You have to stop it! Oh, no you don't. And it's dead. Thank God. That probably means all of these deer were skinwalkers in disguise, and they were preying on Einsam because his father may have sent them to the circle, or they just wanted something to eat. Michaela gives a slaughtered skinwalker an enraged stare. That was for the kid. Enjoy your ride down to Hades. You okay? If you're not hurt, I am. I'll be fine. The mutated fuck didn't bite deep into my skin. If it did, that could have killed me. I know. You may be safe now, but we won't be if we stay here. Come on, kiddo. Miss Michaela, can I tell you something? What? I'm sorry about how I treated you when I saw you. Okay, I truly am sorry. Okay, I heard you. No, you didn't. You aren't listening. I'm not deaf. I heard you twice, and I'm not interested in your minuscule dolors. I have worse to fear. Alright, I haven't been fair on you. You've been through something crazy. I get it. It's because of that you killed a couple of beasts that endangered me. Not without a commodity to climb that tree with. Deer and human bones do make good ladders. But I'm glad you told me all of that. Thank you. Einsam smiles back and they walks. Walks? I thought I was gonna make it through this level without noticing a typo, but here we are. They walk a couple of steps further until a silhouetted man approaches them. Did you say 3 kids were taken by a spider? What's it to you? Easy there, miss. I'm not here to harm you. Don't get me like a soulless animal. Please, I'm on your side. Do you believe I can put my faith in you? Believing a man's empty promise almost costed me my will to live. You're mistaken if I let it happen a second time. You have a right to be on your guard in this forest. No mortal has lasted a trip this strenuous in here. No mortal has lasted a trip this strenuous in here in the witching hour. No kidding. I was stuck on the same part for about 10 minutes. None have especially crossed paths with a herd of skinwalkers and lived to bear that dagger. You're no lost vagabond. I watched you make short work of them at the ritual ground on top. You must have done your homework on the parasitic magic in the forest that lingers in the hearts of man and beast. It's nothing. I have 2 Navy SEALs in my family, so growing up, they made sure I wouldn't be defenseless. Okay, I see. I hope you can see that I am not like that. Sir, what are skinwalkers? They are dark wizards that take the form of animals. Their powers are drawn from the death of an innocent life. Their hatred and wickedness guides them down a path toward eternal suffering. To live like a beast is to not live at all. The skinwalker's sorcery is deadly to an average human. To live like one or amongst them is a form of torturous existence that one cannot be rid of without death. There are still monsters deep inside. I did what I had to do to keep them from getting near this boy. We cannot be sympathetic with them, sir. One of them tried to make me sick. Miss, you are fortunate to act when your gut told you something was amiss. Miss, you are fortunate to act when your gut told you something was amiss. I know that I am not to be trusted in your eyes, but I trust you with that knowledge so you can use it to adapt to dangers in this world you cannot imagine. Wait, who the hell are you, and why are you taking an interest in what we're doing? I am Professor James Krupp, the headmaster of Caspian Academy. The 3 kids taken by the spider are some of my students. Then might you know what that spider is? That spider is Arachne. She's a greater danger in this forest than the skinwalkers you faced. It is said that she holds a personal grudge against the goddess Athena and abducts any child allegedly descended from her to get revenge from having her humanity stolen from her. That means we have a common enemy to track, but we still need to get up to the treetops and fast. I know just the spell that can help with that, but I don't have my wand. I can't do anything. Okay, do you remember where you last placed it? I lent it to an older pupil. A friend of his was taken to an underground aqueduct by members of a sect of Satan worshippers, and he went to go look for him. He has yet to return. Could that sect be in cahoots with the cloaked men and the ghosts I encountered at the manor house? The manor house? You were there? I was. I spent the night in a room, but I checked out early when a vampire snuck in while I slept. On my way out, I found one of your students tied up by the cloaked men, but I rescued him. God knows where he is now. I'm glad you reported that to me, miss. Those cloaked men are necromancers, nefarious magic practitioners that reanimate the dead. They use the manor house as a necropolis to train future dark wizards. I doubt they're on friendly terms with the sect, but their combined forces pose a severe threat to my school's future. Count me out. I've sworn off giving schools trouble. You already have by interacting with my pupils, but it's no trouble. I'm grateful you came along. Then maybe I can trust you a little. Alright. Since I've reached a point of no return against my better judgment, will you tell me where the aqueduct is? James points to a large crevice scarcely visible on the mountainside. It is covered in some dead branches and cobwebs. I came out of a tunnel from this hole. You'll have a hard time finding my pupil if you go this way. Do you remember where you entered the first time? I went inside a cave the dirt road led to. Before I got a chance to assess my surroundings in this dark place, I heard the entrance caving in. The instant I turned around, I thought I was buried alive. Without my wand, I had to use a torch. I get the feeling that both your people and his friend are in trouble. We don't have the means to clear away the rebel, but we'll do our best to look around the aqueduct for the kids inside. Stay close to me, Einsam. We can't lose each other. Mr. Krupt, don't you want to go back down there? I need to go alert the faculty. We can't let another student fall prey to these monsters. It wouldn't shock me if you may already be too late, but it doesn't mean that I can't rescue these 5 children with everything I have at my disposal. See you again. You have nothing to fear. I'll be okay. Michaela nods her head as they both squeeze into the crevice, leaving the forlorn headmaster to develop anxiety over what will become of the missing students. He closes his eyes tightly. And that's the end of that level. With the headmaster facing problems of his own, Michaela and Einsam set off to seek his wand in the hopes that by aiding him, his magical talent will provide them with a stepping stone toward the giant child-hungry spider. But will time be in their favor? That was the level clear jingle from a Sonic game. Was my impression of it cringe? So what if it was? I'm playing my own game. It's okay for me to be cringe. And that's it for the night. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments if you've made it this far. If this was disturbing for you to read or play through, I completely understand. But if you play it anyway, thank you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.